And now, live in studio, cutting through your typical media nonsense and offering you a rational and unbiased perspective on current events and life in Tampa Bay. He's a successful entrepreneur, published author, top listing agent, a real estate and finance expert that goes to bat for you every day as a consumer advocate. Your host and the consumer quarterback, Brandon Rhymes.
Yes, here we are again, another day committed to picking a fight with the mainstream media and always providing you the timely truth centered around real estate, credit, finance, mortgage advice, so much more. You're listening to the Consumer Quarterback Show, and our number one goals remain the same. We're going to educate, we're going to entertain, we're going to enlighten, but most importantly, we want to engage with you in an effort to help you win.
The only thing I'm addicted to right now is winning.
We want you to save our hotline number in your phone. At some point, you're going to need it. 813-670-7372.
You used to call me on my cell phone.
Give us a call or a text message at 813-670-7372. And we don't care if you're climbing a corporate ladder, if you throw a ladder in your truck on the way to work, this show's for you. Check out our website as well, consumerqb.com. You can see links to all of our expert contributors. You can submit an email form. You can watch our live stream TV show version of the show from our website, consumerqb.com or WeBeam TV. And it's Intelligent Talk Radio. I've got some intelligent folks here in studio with me today. Back in studio, Fred Muth, Tampa Screens and Aluminum, the Tin Man.
The Tin Man is back. Listen, I'm picking a fight with the weather these days. Okay?
Yeah.
You may be the mainstream media, but this weather and I have been having an arm wrestling contest. It's been rough. Concrete Man swims to the jobs anymore.
Yeah, right.
It's tough. We can't get around. It's tough. You can't get around. You can't get them measured. Can't get the concrete poured. He pours the concrete, the rain comes down. It's raining out there now. He's pouring one of my jobs. That's why.
I bet. We'll talk about mosquitoes as well. Hey, mosquitoes get a screened patio. I got an interesting article here that talks about the mosquito effect as well.
And something about drinking beer and mosquitoes.
Yeah, I saw that.
Oh, I saw that too. It worries me. I know people that drink beer. That's why.
Yeah,
break out the off.
Hey, they're around.
Yes, they are.
And also Matt Schafer, TeamGoLoans.com. Welcome in, sir.
Always good to be here, Brandon, representing Team Go. And the market in Florida, it's just doing amazing. It's a good time to buy a home.
It really is. Great time, for investors, great time for owner occupants. There's a lack of inventory still in the market, so buyers are fighting over inventory somewhat. It's a challenging time, so you got to make sure you're teamed up with the right professionals in the industry, making sure that we help you. And that's our goal here with the Consumer Quarterback Show, powered by Platinum MVP Realty. We want to help you in a lot of different areas. So Platinum MVP Realty, we're actually recruiting real estate agents right now to our team. We're looking for a couple buyer agents, listing agents on our team as well. So reach out. We'd love to talk to you. We got a hot property here in Valrico that I want to let you know about. 5506 Dallas Way, Valrico, River Hills Country Club, gated community, beautiful property. Over 3,500 square feet, 4 bedrooms, 3 full bath, a den, and you also have a 4-car garage. Beautiful property. Too many upgrades to list here at 5506 Dallas Way in Valrico. Beautiful property. Open house going on this weekend as well. 1370 Gulf Boulevard, unit number 401. Bella Rosa condo, 3 bedrooms, 3 bath. This is an end unit, one of the best units available in this building. $1.175 million, 2,200 square feet, right on the beautiful beaches of Clearwater Beach, Sand Key, and a great place to live, work, and play here in Tampa Bay.
Sun is shining, the weather is sweet.
100 greatest rain songs as well. Songs about rain. Speaking of that, Fred, we got songs about rain today.
Does anybody have a 6-string here? Come on. I'll get this going. Should we discuss the songs now? Or?
Yeah, we could. We could jump right into it.
The one that hits me right off the bat is Let It Rain by Clapton.
Let It Rain.
Purple Rain,
and
obviously.
Of course,
you gotta go
Purple Rain.
Yeah.
And then we go back to the Beatles' Rain. That was a good one. I always enjoyed that. Fogerty had one. Creedence, Who Will Stop the Rain?
That's a popular one.
I've been singing that daily. Your turn, Matt.
Oh, yeah, you guys. I think these are more older generation songs. That's the thing. So it's a little biased. I mean, Singing in the Rain. What was that? We got November Rain. November Rain by Guns N' Roses. I know that's up there. Mm-hmm. Number one.
There's some country on here too. Rain is a good thing. Luke Bryan.
It Will Rain. Bruno Mars. They'll little more
Little
recent.
old school country is "I'm No Stranger to the Rain." Keith Whitley. You know anything about that one? You
Keith
heard
Whitley?
about that one?
No, that's what I'm saying.
He's good,
Out of my
he's
league,
good.
man.
Led Zeppelin did 2 of them about the rain.
Singing in the
was
Rain.
called
Yeah, Gene Kelly. There we go. That was it. 1959. Gene Kelly.
Kentucky Rain. There was Elvis Presley.
Yeah, Elvis is on there too.
Yeah, some
So
of these.
100 greatest rain songs.
Come rain, come shine. Ray Charles. Got to remember that one. Sure.
Yeah, Ray Charles back in the day. So, Fred, Tampa Screens and Aluminum. You know, this is the time where the rain is coming, and then it's also leading to more mosquitoes because they're breeding in that water.
Yeah, so it's a double-edged sword in our business. Mm-hmm. We can't get them installed, but we love the mosquitoes to come along so that we can sell more screens. I don't mean that. I'm just kidding you. I don't like mosquitoes. I don't like fire ants. I don't like any of these varmints down here. But we are in the screen business for that reason. And also, I sell a lot of cages for people who have skin problems as well. Some people will want the protection from the UV.
Right.
There's a fabric out there called a 20/20 fabric, and it's about a 27% reduction of ultraviolet. And quite often I'll sell a cage, and we'll put the 20/20 on top to reduce the UV.
Nice.
I have that at home, and it's a tremendous reduction. I can walk out into the cage and not even basically feel the effects of the sun.
Wow.
So not only mosquitoes, but also for UV protection as well is another advantage for our cages.
Yeah.
Now
That's awesome. So you got UV protection. Those are the rays that are causing cancer, right?
Yeah. And then, of course, the screen rooms with the solid roofs, that's the in-between space that we talk about all the time.
Yes.
Selling them like hotcakes. You mentioned your listing over in River Hills. I just completed a job in River Hills
Yep.
with a panoramic view on the rear. The
Nice.
panoramic view is where we decrease the number of uprights. And, for example, this particular cage could have had 4 uprights in the middle. Now it just has 1. So
Wow.
it's one straight view all the way back to the golf course.
Very cool.
And that's it's a fairly new concept in our business, the panoramic view. I've talked about it several times
That's
on the
cool.
show before.
Yeah.
I like it. If the customer wants, we can go panoramic all the way around.
Where there's nothing in your way, just from side to side.
You just have the corner post, and typically we don't like to spread the beam beyond 20 feet. We'll go up to about 20 feet on the spread, and it just really enhances the view of the rear of the property.
Yeah, you know, if you just joined us, I'm Brandon Bryans. We're talking with Fred Muth, Tampa Screens and Aluminum. So, hate mosquitoes. It says, get a screen patio. 3 factors that make you more attractive mosquitoes. So it says, believe it or not, mosquitoes tend to be picky about their victims. Apparently, not everyone is equally as tasty. In one study, it found that mosquitoes who land on people have a type O blood type are twice as often to be landed on than type A. Isn't that weird?
That's the most common
That's a
one,
strange
right?
thing.
That's weird.
We underestimate these little bugs.
Yeah.
You know, we think that they're just generic and they go after everything, but they're very. It's like how do you like your steak? Medium rare or medium? I mean, they have their likes and dislikes. There's no doubt about it.
Yeah, they're pretty picky. It says they locate their target by smelling carbon dioxide, which is released when we breathe. Not surprisingly, people who exhale more carbon dioxide, larger people in general, get bitten more often than smaller people.
Wow.
Yeah, you never
I
think
didn't
about
know that.
There you go.
Mosquitoes also
Breathe
smell for
less.
lactic acid, uric acid, ammonia, and other bodily substances to find their victims. When you exercise, lactic acid builds up, and it can make you quite attractive to mosquitoes. Mm-hmm. Some of these things you just wonder,
it's
is it
amazing.
real? You wonder, is it real? Come
Oh
on.
yeah, science like that.
Yeah.
Like pheromones when you're sweating,
Right.
you get a little bit more mosquito-y.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
All right, so it says one of the key factors down here says drinking beer and mosquitoes. Have you ever wondered why mosquitoes love backyard barbecues as much as you? If you drink just one 12-ounce beer, you become like instant mosquito magnet. Although researchers are not quite sure why people who drink beer become desirable to mosquitoes, they still seem to show up whenever a glass is poured.
Matt, what do you think of that?
You start sweating if they love sweat.
Yeah.
You're going to sweat more when you're drinking. So, of course, people who are drinking have more mosquitoes around them. I mean, it makes sense from what the science is teaching me right here.
Yeah,
Get the
right.
6-pack and go in the cage. Shut the door.
Exactly. That's
Yeah.
the move. Get
in-
that's
get in the
Fred,
pool
Fred.
cage.
Get the screen
Fred
room.
to put the screen around. Buy a hole.
It also says pregnancy in mosquitoes. There are a number of studies that have shown that pregnant women are bitten twice as much as non-pregnant women. This might be due to the fact that pregnant women exhale almost 21% more carbon dioxide and are warmer than people who aren't pregnant.
Okay.
Interesting.
There we go.
Makes sense. They'd
Closing
be
it out.
warmer.
Closing it out, it says clothing color mosquitoes. Mosquitoes are attracted to certain colors more than others, including black, dark blue, and red. Wearing light color clothing helps protect you from a nasty bite.
Yeah, those are like the colors of rotten stuff. You know what I mean? That makes sense. Yeah.
Well, we covered a lot so far.
So get it a screening room. Get the screening room.
Yeah.
So Fred, what price point wise, when people are thinking about this, there's ways that they can, maybe they might want to access their equity, get a home equity line, do an improvement to the home. Most of your clients come out of pocket. How does that process look?
What I've seen lately is the majority of it has been coming out of pocket.
Yeah.
My average number is generally south of 15,000 on a project.
Okay.
Although I've sold them north of 15,000, but that's a good roundabout number to start with, and that would obviously include the concrete and the pavers, etc.
Nice.
Recently, I signed a few jobs where they went with their credit card, and they didn't charge the job to the card, but they withdrew against the card. They got a $10,000 cash advance on the card, and these particular cards, it was 1 year interest free.
Wow.
So I had several jobs go in like that, and whatever card company it was, I don't recall. But that's better than going to a bank and paying 8, 9, 10, or 12% right up front.
Yeah.
But obviously, if on a cash out, that's a great deal. I got 2 or 3 going right now where they're looking for a cash out.
Do you have any financing options for people, or no?
I can offer the financing, Brandon. By the time I disclose everything in that fine print, they don't sign it.
Yeah.
and I really like to bring that to their attention.
Yeah, I got you.
And you know what I'm talking about.
Good stuff. All right. Fred Muth, a.k.a. the Tin Man, Tampa Screens and Aluminum. Matt Schafer, TeamGoLoans.com.
A.k.a. Mortgage Matt.
Yeah, there he goes. All right. Stay with us right here. When we come back, more from our expert contributors. We have our feel-good story of the week as well. Alabama man, 36, with cerebral palsy, experiences the beach for the first time. So our feel-good story of the week is a positive one. Stay with us right here at Consumer Quarterback Show, ConsumerQB.com.
Hey, this is Jarek Robbins. You are listening to the Consumer Quarterback Show with Brandon Rhymes. Please do what it takes to learn all that you have to live the life you want to live it fully, and find a way to give it by paying it forward to others.
Get in touch with Brandon online at ConsumerQB.com. You're listening to the consumer quarterback, Brandon Rhymes, online at consumerqb.com. Brandon is Tampa Bay's #1 consumer advocate for real estate and financial advice. Call Brandon today at 813-670-7372.
All right, welcome back. Thanks for sticking with us. Brandon Rhymes here, the Consumer Quarterback Show, powered by Platinum MVP Realty. I'm a top listing agent here in Tampa Bay, featured in Florida Realtor Magazine multiple times, Top Agent Magazine, the Tampa Bay Business Journal's Top 40 Under 40. And we want to help you with your real estate transactions. If you're buying, selling, or investing, I've got a great team that can help you. And we are going to help you maximize the profits on the sale of your real estate by promoting the properties in ways that other real estate companies simply cannot do. And you're here listening to the Consumer Quarterback Show, our daily show here, 5 o'clock drive time, 1380 The Biz, weekend show, FM 1025 The Bone on Sundays. And we have a daily TV show as well on WeBeam TV. So we got Fred Muth, Tampa Screens and Aluminum in the house. We got Matt Schafer, TeamGoLoans.com. And coming up, we have our Feel Good Story of the Week. I want to let you know about our official restaurant partner, Brio Tuscan Grill. Our official restaurant partner of the Consumer Quarterback Show is Brio Tuscan Grill at the International Plaza. Now, they have a special going on right now for our listeners. All you have to do is go over and say that you are a fan of the Consumer Quarterback Show. Let them know that the Real Estate Quarterback sent you, and they're going to hook you up with a free appetizer. They got some great ones over there. They've got the roasted garlic, spinach, and artichoke dip, spicy shrimp and eggplant, beef carpaccio, calamari. So many really, awesome food over there. Such great food. The friendly staff. The staff is very friendly as well. We did a live event there a while back as well. Great place.
Unbelievable, the food. Absolutely unbelievable.
It really is the best Italian
I rave
dining.
about it. It's tremendous.
Super good. So let them know the Real Estate Quarterback sent you and take them up on that free appetizer offer. They got a brunch on the weekends as well. The brunch is amazing as well. And make sure they give you that free water with lemon as well. They hook you up. They hook you up over there. All right, we got a couple of hot property listings. 12091 145th Street in Largo. This is a 3-bedroom, 2-bath property. Yellow Banks Grove, reduced, owner motivated, 3-bedroom, 2-bath, 1-car garage, $299, just reduced down to $299 here. Beautiful property over there at 145th Street in Largo. And we also have a great property that would be an awesome rental here in South Tampa, 103 South Havana Avenue, 103 South Havana Avenue. 5 bedrooms, 3-bath, charming South Tampa historic home, and it's over 2,450 square feet. Just reduced down to $599,000. Beautiful listing here. Perfect Airbnb property. This thing is renting, always renting. No vacancy here at 103 South Havana Avenue. Great investment property for you here in beautiful Tampa Bay. Great place to live, work, and play.
Sun is shining, the weather is sweet.
All right, so let's bring Matt Schafer into the conversation, teamgoloans.com. And so, a lot of things happening in the market right now. There's still, 40 to 50-year low mortgage rates. We're not quoting certain rates.
That's right.
So the mortgage police can't come after us there. But, when you look at real estate, you look at the investment opportunity, there's so many reasons why people want to get into this space right now.
Absolutely. Being a local and, being able to work with a team like Team Go over at GSF with Ruth Watkins, it's an awesome time to be a part of it because buying a home right now, hands down, best investment you can make. And 8 out of 10, 89% of people use a mortgage to do so.
Yes.
So you're talking about rates. Like you said, rates as well. It's a low point in history. In 1981, the average 30-year fixed was an 18% interest rate. Nice. And now we're talking about 4 or 5%. You know what I mean? It's still a wonderful time to buy a home. Yeah. And you cannot do better investment-wise. And it's funny, the idea of owning property, land, that's a relatively new idea. Yeah. It came about in the 1600s, not that long ago. And since it started, property value has just skyrocketed, and it has not stopped because they don't make more of it. Yeah. So people having the opportunity to buy property, it is by far the best, financial choice you can make, especially young to build, foundation. It's for millennials out there. Go get pre-approved, find out what you qualify for. Start looking for properties. I told you about the other week helping that little millennial group. They're just buying up, and it's crazy to be a part of something like that. Yeah, they're doing it young, making big moves.
So tell us about that. I love stories. So there's a group of young millennials that are buying up investment properties. You said.
Well, they're not necessarily investment yet, but their first one. So they're each 23, 24. There's 3 of them. They made a little LLC or whatever, but they are buying primary residences. and they're each taking turns buying one, moving in, relocating, living in the property, fixing it up,
Right.
and then eventually renting it out and doing it again.
Nice.
And they only make about $40,000 a year each, nothing crazy, but their ability to save. They use the Finance First program we have.
Right.
My favorite thing at GSF, you get fully approved before you find a property. And then if you find a property within 30 days of being approved, we'll reimburse your appraisal at closing up to $500. And it's something you'd have to do anyways. So it's really cool to have, you no matter what, you're going to get an appraisal. So you might as well get that money back at closing. Because
Yeah.
you start adding that stuff up with seller concessions
Yep.
and everything else, and you can get in for pennies on the dollar.
I like that.
And that's what these guys have done. Yeah, they just bought one in St. Pete. They're looking at one in Tampa. And, once you pay off your first home, you become your own bank. You become your own boss. You can pull money out, make investments with your own cash, and it gives you a lot of power. So it's crazy to see people taking advantage of what's possible out there. Yeah.
Yeah, so you got the owner occupants that can buy, up to 4 units. So think about the possibility to buy 4 units. You got 3 investment opportunities right there.
It's insane. That's exactly right. And the property they found, it was a single family residence,
Yep.
but the land use was a 1 to 10 unit land use. There's a multifamily land use, which was just lucky that they got in the middle of the neighborhood. So if
Wow.
at any point in time they did want to, build up, they have the ability to do so. They could make a little quadplex right there on Fifth Ave.
Yeah.
Who knows? You might see one day.
Yeah.
But no matter what, the way the value is going, so once you had the ability to start buying land, obviously, the game Monopoly, for example, that
Yep.
game was
Used
made
to love that
originally
game.
called Landlord's Game. They made that game to show people the power of privatized, land, being able to buy land. You see in Monopoly, somebody buys up all the squares, and it's a monopoly. They run the show.
Yep, yep.
And it was supposed to show the negative side of it. But from my side as a lender, I see it as an opportunity to give people the power to take over, take control of their life. Use that for your advantage.
Right.
Get land, hold on to it, and it's very hard to lose if you play your cards right. You know what I mean? So if you do a 30-year fixed and you're renting somewhere, because that's the thing, as value goes up, rent goes up too. So if you're on the other side of the tracks and you're renting, you're only going to pay more and more every year as, the values keep going up of properties. You might as well just buy one, own land. It's the American dream.
Yeah.
And it doesn't take much. People think it's impossible. Just save up for a year, make the right credit choices, and get yourself pre-qualified before you shop and get things going. Make a lender fight for you.
That's right. Yeah, we're talking with Matt Schafer, teamgoloans.com. And when we look at some of the excuses that people make, I don't have the time, I don't have the money, they come up with these ideas. We've heard some really interesting stories on the show over the years. One of the stories that we talked about was people saying, hey, it's a young couple, they just got married, instead of buying me gifts, or instead of, hey, why don't you contribute to our GoFundMe page to help me finance our down payment?
I like that. That's bold.
Isn't
And
that
I like
cool?
it. I like that. Don't get me wrong. I would totally rather put down on that than a
you think about
BS wedding present.
especially if it's a young mother, maybe a single mother, something happened to the husband, whatever it might be. If she's got 2 or 3 kids, every birthday that comes around, let's contribute to something that's really going to matter.
Exactly.
Put it into their college fund. Think about a real estate play, because the longer you are a tenant, you're subjected to whatever rules they have. You can't throw the cool parties.
Seriously, you don't own anything. You don't walk
have
away with anything.
That's right. The appreciation. You're not in a position. Now, let's shift gears. Let's talk investors now, because it's such a great opportunity for investors right now. And I think especially when you look at the news, you look at this nauseating news cycle we have between the left and the right, depending on which side you're clicking
No
on.
one can agree.
Yeah. So there's all these geopolitical stories out there. There's always things happening and brewing up. So I see that the stock market is becoming
Volatile.
it's very volatile.
Yeah.
There's potentially a reset there. But when you look at the bricks and mortar behind real estate, the ability to rent the asset out, that's the number one thing. People have to live somewhere.
Absolutely.
You can't live in a stock. You can live in a house.
Absolutely. And would you rather rent an apartment, for $1,000 a month, or a house for $1,000 a month?
Right.
It's really simple. I'd rather take the house.
Yeah.
And when you're a rent when you're on the other side of it, when you're the owner, if you're renting out that property, so say I pre-qualified you and you qualified for a $200,000 house, and with your liabilities, your debt to income ratio worked. Well, when you rent that house out and you went to go get your next home, if you had a lease and everything like that, you could show me that it was being rented. It would cancel out that liability. So you're just starting over again. So if you can do it once, you can do it again if you just do everything right. You know what I mean?
Now, when you're
Anybody could become
showing
an investor, yeah.
in that scenario, when you're showing the rents, does the person have to be already living in that to negate that?
Well, yeah, I'll need a lease exactly, and to show that they had like a deposit or something like that.
Just so they're in there for the next 12 months or whatnot.
Exactly.
Yep.
Yeah. But I've seen these three guys. They're doing amazing things at a young age, and just having other people. They're helping other people because they're getting a house for less than what they'd be renting. Plus, they're paying off, Mark and Marcus's mortgages, and they're slowly getting more equity. They owe less, and they're not making the payments. It's a win-win-win.
I like it.
It's so nice to be able to see, feel, touch, and control your investment.
Like you said, tangible. It's
Yeah,
one of the
absolutely.
few ones. That's
That's
right,
right.
Fred. Yeah, real estate.
So when we come back on the other side of this break, what I want to do, I want to talk about down payment assistance programs, find out, if there's any bond money out there available for people. Let's try to help these especially first-time buyers. I really have a place in my heart for them. I want them to win. I want them to succeed. And then we'll touch on our veterans as well. Of course, we want to help our vets. We offer a rebate back to our veterans at closing, helping them with closing costs. We would love to help them with that. So stay with us right here on the Consumer Quarterback Show. More from our expert contributors and our feel-good story of the week. Alabama man with cerebral palsy experiences the beach for the first time. Stay with us. Consumer Quarterback Show, consumerqb.com.
This is Warwick Dunn, and you're listening to the Real Estate Quarterback Show hosted by my man, Brandon Rhymes.
To get in touch with Brandon, call 813-670-7372. Online at consumerqb.com.
Hi, I'm Jerry from Hot Locks Hair Salon. We are conveniently located at 13414 US Highway 19 in Hudson. I've been a local hairstylist in our community for the last 34 years, 7 of which I was an educator. Our passion is the artistry of hair, and Hot Locks is here to help you achieve your perfect image. You can call us at 727-514-9978.
You're listening to the Consumer Quarterback, Brandon Rhymes, cutting through your typical media nonsense and offering you a rational and unbiased perspective on current events and life in Tampa Bay. Online at consumerqb.com.
All right, we're back. Brandon Rhymes here, the Consumer Quarterback Show, powered by Platinum MVP Realty, PlatinumMVPRealty.com. Former USF football player, longtime quarterback on our sports teams, quarterbacking our teams to championship games. Now we're quarterbacking a different game. We're quarterbacking introductions to our expert contributors. We've got 80 show partners, CPAs, financial advisors, attorneys, IRA administrators, all types of expert contributors that we want to put you in touch with. We want to be that super connector to help you understand more and help connect you with these leaders in the industry that are going to help you avoid commission-based advice, make you more street smart, and help you with all these different buying decisions that you have. And I want to give a shout out to wholebodyfuel.com, wholebodyfuel.com. They are a meal delivery service, chef-prepared meals, organic foods, vegetarian menus, excellent food, and it's delivered to your home or office every week. WholeBodyFuel.com. Check them out, Whole Body Fuel. They do a great job. Excellent food. The food is very tasty. I tell you, it's like teasing the taste buds every day. It's something different, something new. And of course, I like my meats, the chickens, the beef, and the steaks, and then my wife does the vegetarian meals. But Whole Body Fuel, they can come up with something that's going to fit your diet, deliver it to your home or office, and they've got the world famous protein donuts. These donuts are great.
Don't get me started.
It's I kind of cut them in half or a quarter and then eat them as dessert. I mean, they're that good. And they're good for you, too. So, WholeBodyFuel.com. Let them know the Real Estate Quarterback sent you. And we'd love for you to reach out to any of our show partners at ConsumerQB.com. ConsumerQB.com. I've got Fred Muth in the house, Tampa Screens and Aluminum. And we also have Matt Schafer here in studio today as well, TeamGoLoans.com. I want to let you know about this hot property that I've got in the Old Northeast section of St. Petersburg, 215 12th Avenue Northeast. Beautiful property here, 4 bedrooms, 5 bath, $1.4 million, over 3,750 square feet, and it's almost completed. The cabinets are in, the flooring is in.
Mother-in-law suite.
Beautiful property. Got the mother-in-law. Just too many upgrades to list here, but we would love to have you come out and check out our open house. We're going to have open house on Sunday. Come check it out. Say hello to our team over there, 215 12th Avenue Northeast on Sunday. And check out PlatinumMVPRealty.com. You can see all of our real estate listings at PlatinumMVPRealty.com. And you can also do a search there. If you want to search the entire MLS, it's a direct MLS search. If you want to value a property, you can go on our website, click the valuation tool, plug in the numbers, you'll get a valuation right there. You can search foreclosure inventory, foreclosures and REOs available at PlatinumMVPRealty.com. And by the way, you'll see all of our expert photography by Fabre Frameworks. They do a great job on our real estate properties. Fabre Frameworks, our real estate photographer, does a great job, and highly recommend them. All right, we're back here in studio. So Matt Schafer, we're talking about down payment assistance, bond programs. Then we'll jump into the veterans later. But I think there's a lot of confusion. People still think, man, I just don't have 20% down. I don't have enough money to put down on a home. Not the case.
No, there's a lot of different options people can take, and now, like you said, there is down payment assistance programs out there. Every lender has different ones. There's an array of options you could go with, but they all come down to basically being a second loan. I mean, you're taking out a loan to buy a house, which I get it. Sometime you're in a situation to do so, but there's so many other routes you could take. Me and you have talked about it a million times. Just as simple as the finance first appraisal reimbursement. If you got approved before you bought a house, that's $500 off your closing costs right there. Then you get 3% concessions. If you go up to a house and it's selling it for $200,000, you go up to seller, you say, "Hey, sir, I would like to buy it for the price you're asking, but I would like seller concessions." It's a win-win. Usually, they're okay with that. So you get the 3% towards your closing costs. Add that in with the appraisal reimbursement, and then you start getting the realtor credits like you'll offer your buyers. I know I've seen you do it before. Those kind of things. You can get a $200,000 house into like $2,000-$3,000 if you can get it down to that. Yeah. And you don't need the down payment assistance. There's counties that have different programs and stuff like that, and there are, options for you if you really, you can't put a penny down. But just from what I've seen, just taking, a little extra time and building up that initial just a little base, you know what I mean? Make it work with that instead of taking out the second loan, basically.
Sure. Yeah. So the seller concessions, it's a good point. I want to just define it a little bit. So in the $200,000 example, if you went to the seller and said, "Hey, I would like to purchase your property. We want to structure this as 3% seller concessions," then that's 3%, which is $6,000. That's going to be basically, think of it as a gift from the seller. The seller's going to gift equity down to you for down payment. Yeah. So that's $3,000 per 100,000. So that's $6,000. That you're not going to have to come up with as far as down payment, because that's going to contribute to your down payment and closing costs.
Exactly. And if it was like an FHA loans, 3.5%, so that covers 3 of your 3.5% for your down payment. Right. Or if you were doing the Fannie Mae, the Home Ready or the Home Possible with Freddie Mac, that's 3%, so that would cover all of your down payment. Right. You know what I mean? Then you just have your closing costs. Yep. But there's a lot of options out there, and people just need to get a lender who's fighting for them. Me and you've talked about this a million times. Advising over selling every time, you want your lender to be fighting for you. Right. You don't want them selling you anything.
Right.
And there's a big difference.
So what about bond programs, the down payment assistance programs? Have you seen a lot of those?
I've seen a lot of them. There's a special. We have members on my team that specialize with those programs. So what would happen is the borrower would come to me. I would pre-qualify them, get their basic story, and then I would introduce them to our bond program expert, and they would lay out their options based on what they're qualified. But really, the first step, no matter what choice out of all of these options, is get pre-qualified. That's the first step, no matter what. It does only take 10 minutes. We see people all the time who will fill out a 10-minute conversation. I mean, a 10-minute quiz on Facebook to tell them what kind of potato they are, but they won't take 10 minutes to get pre-qualified before they buy a home. It's like, come on, guys.
Time wasters. The football season's coming up, so here goes the
fantasy
football.
You already know it. It's going to be taken up. You can apply for 20.
How much time is wasted on fantasy football? And
my life?
Does it really
Months.
matter?
Months,
So if people took just a fraction of that time and wasting it on things like that and putting in a plan, a financial blueprint, coming up with, and the investment side of your life, most people don't have enough money put away for retirement. It's just the facts. They don't have it. They don't think about those things, but that's what we want to encourage you to do, is think a layer deeper here on the Consumer Quarterback Show. So, all right, let's go to VA now. So our veterans, 100% financing for vets.
It's the best thing, as a lender, the VA program made me the happiest, because every person that serves for us, every person that fights for us should get a home. That is 100% something you should get. And the VA program is built to protect the borrower. They're a little bit trickier of a loan for a lender to do. There's a little bit more, you got to cross your T's, dot your I's, and make sure, the appraisal comes in, because the appraiser is a little bit more, ruthless too. But that's for the benefit of the veteran. They're all set up to look out for them.
Because it's guaranteed by the VA.
Exactly, guaranteed.
So they're making sure the collateral.
Exactly. With FHA, it's insured, but with VA, it's guaranteed. I mean, the lender is guaranteed. That's why you can, hook up the veterans so much, because the government's got their back, and that's how it should be. And with a VA loan, like with Nick the other week, I told you he had the disability. So if you're disabled veteran, you don't have to do your funding fee, and so he had no funding fee. We did seller concessions. It was like an $83,000 house, and we bumped it up to $87,000 and rolled in his concessions because it appraised for like $100,000. He was getting a deal no matter what. And he was like, okay, let's just roll it in and have the seller pay for it, and he'll make the same amount he wanted, and I won't have to pay closing costs. So he went to close, and he'd already put $1,000 earnest money deposit down. So the title company wrote him a check at closing for $600, and Nick walked out with more money than he did when he walked in.
Nice.
And getting paid to buy a home, ideal. That is the ideal scenario.
That's a great scenario. Yeah, and
having somebody pay
there's other stories I've heard too with veterans that because let's look at the negative side. Like some people would say, well, what if I get transferred? Well, then you could you could use Donna Barron, property management. She was on the show yesterday. You can use a property management company, and then here's the idea. So there's some veterans that have transferred their, I don't know the exact terminology, but their VA certificate. They've been able to use it. You can use it multiple times, as long as you're not living in that previous house. So, anyways, think about a veteran going in, buying multiple homes, and they transfer to this place, transfer to that place. I've heard of veterans owning multiple homes.
Oh, you can. You get your eligibility. It goes down if you bought a home and you used your full eligibility. You would have to pay that back before you'd have your full eligibility, or your other ones were going to be partial eligibility.
Right.
So it goes down, but for the most, they still get a lot of benefits. And veterans could be deadly investors if they grouped up and just. I can't even imagine what a group of veterans can do if they really planned out their usage of their entitlement. It would just be. They could move mountains. You could buy a whole neighborhood. It'd
that's awesome, man. I like that.
Commune.
I like that. So you could pull out some money too, buy a nice screen room.
Hey, there you go. That's right.
We do have we have special pricing for veterans.
Do you really?
Tampa
we do
Screens,
some
yes, we do.
programs.
Yeah,
Nice.
we certainly appreciate where they've been and what they've done for our nation.
Sure.
And I know quite a few of these guys, and I sometimes I think our government really doesn't take care of them enough.
Yeah, seriously. That's why the loan
amazing.
part. I agree. That's why seeing the way the VA loan was, it's like at least they got that part right. We're giving them giving them a home.
Yeah. Yeah, the government has a lot of things that they're not doing right. The Congress has a 12% approval rating.
Seriously, not getting anything. I'm like, we're not going to get political. My apologies.
And excuse me, I said these guys. I should say these guys and gals. I'm running into quite a few veterans, females, and my boy, they put their time in.
For sure.
They do.
Absolutely.
Yeah, man, it's definitely got a strong place in our hearts for our veterans. So if you know of a veteran or anybody that's looking to purchase or finance, we'd love to talk to them, and we'll take good care of them. You can definitely know that if you refer them to us. Just hit up our website, consumerqb.com. We'd love to talk to them. All right, more from our expert contributors when we come back, as well as Alabama man, 36 years old with cerebral palsy. Experiences the beach for the first time. So pretty cool story in our feel-good story of the week. Stay with us right here, Consumer Quarterback Show, consumerqb.com.
Hey, this is Grant Cardone, and you're listening to Consumer Quarterback Show, hosted by my friend Brandon Rhymes. Do not touch that dial. I'll come right through the radio and grab your throat.
To get in touch with Brandon, call 813-670-7372. Online at consumerqb.com.
Ian Beckles here with my...
Hi, I'm Jerry from Hot Locks Hair Salon. We are conveniently located at 13414 US Highway 19 in Hudson. I've been a local hairstylist in our community for the last 34 years, 7 of which I was an educator. Our passion is the artistry of hair, and Hot Locks is here to help you achieve your perfect image. You can call us at 727-514-9978.
You're listening to the Consumer Quarterback, Brandon Rhymes, online at consumerqb.com. Brandon is Tampa Bay's #1 consumer advocate for real estate and financial advice. Call Brandon today at 813-670-7372.
All right, welcome back. Thanks for sticking with us. I'm your host, Brandon Rhymes. Consumer Quarterback Show, powered by Platinum MVP Realty, and giving a shout out to Soho Wellness, and beautiful location here in South Tampa. Soho Wellness, they do massage, they've got facials, they've got a shop, and they treat the mind, body, and soul. They do a great job down there. Really awesome. Say hello to Becky and Debbie Dubicus. Soho Wellness helps the mind, body, and soul. They are at 103 South Boulevard in Tampa, and they are awesome. Really cool. You got to check them out. Very friendly staff down there. Schedule your massage, get a facial. They've got a steam room in there. Not steam, the dry sauna. Check them out. They do a great job down there. All right, we're back here in studio. We got Fred Muth in the house, Tampa Screens and Aluminum, Matt Schafer, TeamGoLoans.com, and I'm your host, Brandon Rhymes. I want to let you know about a hot listing that we have in Hudson. This is on Islander Way in Hudson, Islander Lane, that is 7441 Islander Lane, Hudson. Waterfront, beautiful property, relatively new build in 2011, 4 bedrooms, 2 baths, 6-car garage. 2,200 square foot of garage parking. So bring your boats, your RVs, your extra cars, all the toys. There's plenty of room for it. Beautiful property here. It's bay access right from your dock in Hudson, and it's a very motivated seller here. Granite in the kitchen, beautiful property. You got to check that one out at PlatinumMVPRealty.com. And I've got a townhouse here, condominium actually in St. Petersburg, 113 Seahorse Drive Southeast, unit B in St. Petersburg. This is 113 Seahorse, waterside at Coquina Key North, 2 bedrooms, 2 bath, $169,000, and it's all about lifestyle, serenity, and water here at Coquina Key. Beautiful property. Check it out at PlatinumMVPRealty.com. Schedule your showing. We'd love to talk to you and help you with that. So, all right, let's jump right into it. We got Fred Muth in the house, Tampa Screens and Aluminum, Matt Schafer, TeamGoLoans.com, and we want to tell you something positive here in our Feel Good segment of the week, our daily dose of positivity.
Tell me something good.
All right, so this is the Alabama man, 36 years old, with cerebral palsy, experiences the beach for the first time. And his whole life, 36-year-old David Thomas of Alabama, dreamed of going to the beach. He was born with cerebral palsy and never thought he would get to see the ocean for himself. But thanks to the kind hearts of his church family, David's dream finally came true. It took me years to get there, but God made a way for me to get there. David told the news organization, "I never imagined it looked like this, but it's beautiful. I love it, and I don't want to go home." David has taken beautiful beaches of Panama City, Florida. So pretty cool. Feel good story.
He'd never seen the beach. You never saw a picture of it?
Isn't that crazy? Yeah. He'd never been there, I guess. Yeah, he's sitting with his toes in the sugar white sand for the first time, listening to the sounds of waves crashing. The emotion came over him.
Yeah, you got to hear the waves.
Yeah. Feel good story, man. Good stuff. Good stuff happening. All right, let's jump into our lightning round here.
The lightning round!
I am so good at lightning rounds!
I majored in lightning round.
All right, top tips, nuggets of advice, parting words of wisdom. Fred Muth.
Stay away from the lightning. Watch that lightning.
Yeah, it's out there.
It's out there. It's rough. The statement I make constantly on this program, and I mean this from my heart, all homeowners that are bidding out a project such as Screen Room, whatever the project may be, do yourself a big favor and ask a lot of questions. Make sure there's no unknowns on the back end. I just signed a job the other day, and prior to signing, the fellow sent me a list of questions, 20 some odd questions.
Wow.
And I said to myself, this guy is my favorite customer.
Yeah.
I responded to all 20. He sent me 10 more. I said, this guy is super. So I go to sign the job up, and I really never met him. I was dealing with his wife, and I walk in. He opens the door. I walk in. I said, you're it, baby. You're it. You are the customer of the year. And, you know, there's going to be no surprises on the back end.
Yeah.
And a lot of homeowners, I feel, are sort of apprehensive about asking a lot of questions.
Right.
Because in the industry, the salespeople are trained to keep it simple. And, of course, we all like to keep it simple. But in construction, that rule should not apply. If you keep it too simple, there's too many surprises on the back end. So I advise all homeowners or anybody who's bidding out any type of a construction project, ask a lot of questions. If your representative does not want to answer the questions, I say look around for another contractor. That's
right.
just my opinion.
Yeah, you're right. Absolutely. The process with Tampa Screens and Aluminum, it's going to be a process that's a consultative, a very educational approach.
It should be. With our company, whether it's myself, whether it's Chris. By the way, I listened to Chris the other day.
Hatfield, yeah.
Wow, does he have a radio voice?
Yeah, he does a good job.
Amazing radio voice. In fact, someday we may be his guest.
You never know.
He's a good guy. And it, we have quite a few people with Tampa Screens doing what I do, and everybody is willing to answer the questions before the project commences, and that's the way it should be.
Yeah, that's good stuff. All right, Matt Schafer, Team Go Loans.
Nugget of advice: if you're renting out there. I mean, really, if you are paying, like anything, if you're renting, really think about if you can make, talk to a lender, get pre-qualified, start making plans. You don't have to move forward with them this year, but just know that, that you have other options out there. You don't need to be wasting money every month that doesn't go in, and it goes into somebody else's hands. You should be paying off your own property. You should be getting your own equity, and building your own future. So get pre-qualified, stop renting, time to buy a home. It's a good time.
That's right. Yeah, definitely for renters. There's a lot of money that you're wasting right now. This is the time because the meltdown happened, the 2008 meltdown. We've all heard about that. We've talked about it several times. Now, the meltdown happened. What happened after that was the millionaires, billionaires, the hedge funds came in. They bought up all this extra inventory that people basically got kicked out of their homes
for cheap.
Yep.
Now
and they
it's
got
just
it
like,
cheap. And then they jacked up the rents. They increased the rents, and now here we are midway through 2018, and we're at record highs. Harvard did a study years ago that talked about the rents are rising. Well, they've rose. They are there.
Oh, absolutely.
And
Everything's rising. Last year, what did we say? $1 trillion in appreciation to Americans last year.
Yeah,
that's what they gained in appreciation. $1 trillion. Everything's going up. So make it work for you. Don't let it hold you back. Make it move you forward. Buy a home and make the next step.
Yeah, these really are the best of times right now in this market. I know what you're doing out there.
We're staying busy
as well.
There's not enough inventory. If you get a chance to buy a home and you can afford it, it's a really
and there's not enough agents in your business. You need more agents.
Yeah, we do. We need more agents. We need more buyer agents. People that are going to work the buyer leads hard and help them find a home. It's a challenge. Because they find a property they like, it's gone. It's under contract.
Split second. Yeah, that. That's why the Finance First program, being fully approved and underwritten before you start, it's the closest thing you can get to being a cash buyer.
Yeah.
You're already underwritten and approved. You're walking around with a walking check rather than some BS pre-approval letter somebody gave you over a 3-minute conversation. Which just misleads people. I hate that.
I like that. And then the next question is, what's going to happen? Are things going to change? Is there going to be a break? There's going to be a slowdown.
It's got to level off. I don't ever think that we're going to see what we saw in 08.
Right.
08 was horrendous. I lived through that. I was in this business then, and it was painful. The phones didn't ring. Things stopped. And, there was a dead stop. And what I see now, and I don't know what your opinion is, I believe we're going to have a nice even leveling. And things are going to continue fairly well, but not continue to skyrocket.
Yeah.
I think it's going to level.
Just from historically, bubbles pop, so it's bound to happen. But like you said, it's not like it was in 2007, 2008. As someone who's in the lending industry, relatively new, I wasn't there when that happened.
Yep.
I didn't know what to expect when I came into it, but it is nothing like that from what I see on a day-to-day basis.
Yeah.
We have to fully, prove that somebody has the ability to repay. There's no ninja loans like there were back then.
Yeah.
It's a whole different game, so it couldn't happen.
Well, what's going to happen is that there's going to be a change. There's going to be a restructure with commercial real estate. Is going to happen first. You've already seen it with retail because of the effect of Amazon. Amazon is a monster. I've heard a study. I heard Damon John talking about for every job that Amazon adds, it removes 2 or 3 jobs from other areas.
That's correct.
So Amazon is, they're taking over 50% of online commercial trade happens with Amazon.
I believe, right?
Sure.
And that's what they're going to do. When companies get that big, they get into real estate. Liquid Zillow might be doing that.
What's going to happen to the shopping malls?
Right.
The shopping malls are going to become a thing of the past.
You never know. It has that feel of, hey, it's community. Let's go out. Let's walk around. The kids want to go walk around and see the different stores. But if you look at a store that's 100% completely when you look at those niche stores, like if it's cigars or if it's the Bath and Body Works, like those things, like, come on, how can they really support?
Yankee Candle.
How many
candles?
How many cigars do you have to sell just to pay the rent?
Exactly. That's my point.
Wow.
That's exactly. Yeah.
Unless it's a front.
And then you got Tesla in the mall over there.
It's a front.
The rent.
Then you're okay.
Oh, good stuff. Well, hey, great show. Great show today. Yeah, appreciate it. Fred Muth, Tampa Screens and Aluminum. Reach out. We want you to get that screen room, that in-between space.
In-between space. You
Keep
coined
the
that
mosquitoes
phrase.
out. Yes, that's right. Keep the mosquitoes out. Matt Schafer, TeamGoLoans.com. Thanks again for coming in.
Of course.
And we want our listeners or viewers, thank you as well for listening, viewing our show. Follow us online at social media. We'd love to connect with you online. Facebook.com, Consumer Quarterback Show. Instagram and Twitter at Brandon Rhymes 1. And please go out there and consider committing a random act of kindness. Pack up some food or clothing, hand it to that person that you see in need. Be a force for good in the community. Do something kind for one another. And it's so easy to do that. Instead of throwing the food out, just pack it up. You'll see the folks, outside of the shopping centers, and just give it to them. They'll be grateful for it. We'll see you next time. Consumer Quarterback Show, ConsumerQB.com.
You've been listening to The Consumer Quarterback, Brandon Rhymes. Whether it's real estate, consumer, or financial advice, let Brandon call your next play. Contact Brandon Rhymes at 813-670-7372. That's 813-670-7372. Online at consumerqb.com. And join us next time for The Consumer Quarterback Show, weekday afternoons at 5 on AM 1380. The Biz.
Are you a real estate agent looking to take your business to the next level and supercharge your marketing? Hi, I'm Brandon Rhymes, owner of Platinum MVP Realty and host of the Real Estate Quarterback Show, syndicated radio and TV show talk program on iHeartRadio, 102.5 The Bone, daily 5 o'clock drive time on 1380 The Biz, and our TV show is on Weaving TV. We're looking for real estate agents that want to join our team and supercharge their marketing, utilizing some of our innovative strategies. We utilize the Real Geek platform, Facebook marketing, internet marketing, and a lot of the traditional methods as well. Postcard mailers mailed for you, postage, signage, business cards, all paid for by the company. Aggressive real estate splits and ways to help you win in any marketplace. We need you to go out, take applications, and work our plethora of leads that we're generating on a daily basis. Reach out by clicking the form below, and we'd love to have a confidential interview with you.
It's suffering. It's putting forth an effort. That's what Paul acknowledges here. The elect, those whom God has chosen unto salvation. The elect cannot be brought to Christ without prayer.
Hi, I'm Jerry from Hot Locks Hair Salon. We are conveniently located at 13414 US Highway 19 in Hudson. I've been a local hairstylist in our community for the last 34 years, 7 of which I was an educator. Our passion is the artistry of hair, and Hot Locks is here to help you achieve your perfect image. You can call us at 727-514-9978.